Yes, children, good morning. This is Vedugopal from Little Hearts Publications with English Class 4, first lesson. We completed the story in the previous class. Now we are going to discuss the exercises. The first one is questions and answers. Questions are given there and we need to discuss the questions and we move ahead with the other exercises. Why were the village boys afraid of the snake? The village boys were afraid of the snake because it was poisonous and it was biting them. That's the reason why the village boys were afraid. Did the snake bite the holy man? No, the snake did not bite because the holy man uttered a mantra and it lost all its strength. What did the holy man teach the snake? The holy man taught the snake a holy word. Was the snake angry when the boys threw stones at it? No. The snake was not angry when the boys threw stones at it. Why? Because the holy man told the snake not to harm anybody. Okay. At this moment, I want to tell you that the key for all these exercises will be sent to you through WhatsApp. We are only discussing the exercises now. So, all these exercises and the key part for this will be sent to you. Okay. Now, in B, there are some sentences given there and you have to know and write who said the words to whom. Who said the words to whom. That is, one example is also given there. See, for example, please don't go that way. Who said these words to whom? The village boys to the holy man. I am not afraid of the snake. Who said these words to whom? I am not afraid of the snake. The holy man to the village boys. The holy man to the village boys. Number 3. Why do you go about doing harm? Who said these words to whom? The holy man to the snake. I shall see you again. Who said these words to whom? The holy man to the snake. I am all right. Who said these words to whom? The snake said these words to the holy man. Number 6. Perhaps they did not know what they were doing. Who said these words to whom? The snake to the holy man. You don't know how to protect yourself. Who said these words to whom? The holy man said these words to the snake. Now we have got language in use. Perhaps and but. See, read these sentences from the text. However, I am not angry with them. Perhaps they did not know what they were doing. See the word underlined there, perhaps. Perhaps means what? Maybe. It is possible or possibly. I asked you not to bite, but I didn't ask you not to hiss. So, in the above sentences, perhaps means possibly or maybe, and but is used to talk about something opposite to what is expected. That is what is discussed there in the language use in this particular lesson. How to use perhaps and but. Perhaps means possibly or maybe, but expresses contrast or opposite of what is expected. This is how we start using the words perhaps and but. What does the first sentence? See that, however, I am not angry with them. Perhaps they did not know what they were doing. If you write but there in the place of perhaps, will there be any meaning to that sentence? No, that's the reason why the snake was trying to say to the holy man, maybe the boys were not able to understand what they were doing. In the same way, when you look at the second sentence, I asked you not to bite, but I didn't ask you not to hiss. So this but expresses two contrasting or opposite views there. I asked you not to bite, but I didn't ask you not to hiss. You see, first sentence is a positive sentence, second sentence is a negative sentence. I didn't ask you. So that expresses contrast or opposite of what is expected. There we use the word but. Now in the 5 sentences given there, we have to fill in the blanks with either perhaps or but. Let us see. I went to their house, it was locked. Dash, everybody went out. What is the correct answer there? In the first one, perhaps everybody went out. Maybe everybody went out because it is locked. The teacher ordered the boys not to shout, but they didn't listen to her. What is the second answer? But they didn't listen to her. The beggar has not eaten for many weeks. Perhaps it has made him thinner. Perhaps, maybe because of that reason, he has become thinner, because the beggar has not eaten for many weeks. Prem invited Madhu for a dinner, but Madhu refused the invitation. The team has not won a single match in the tournament. Perhaps a little more practice would have helped it. To win the tournament. So this is how we write the answers in the blanks, either with perhaps or with but. The next part is B, under language use, past participles as adjectives. What is called a past participle? What is a past participle? What is the past participle? The third form of the verb. Is called a past participle. See, as you know, every verb has 3 forms: V1, V2, V3. What are they? Present, past participle. So when past participle forms of the verbs are used as adjectives, how they are? They will be, that is what is discussed there in this. Read these sentences. What should a good man do when evil-minded people do him harm? Evil-minded actually is a past participle form of the verb, but it is used as an adjective here. In what way it can be adjective? Because it is qualifying the word people. Adjective is a word which qualifies a noun or a pronoun. The snake dragged its weakened body to its hole. Weakened is the third form or V3 form of the verb weak. Weakened. So in the above sentences, the word evil-minded describes the people and weakened describes the body of the snake. That means, instead of saying, what should a good man do when people who are evil-minded do him harm? We can say, evil-minded people do him harm. People who are evil-minded can be converted into a single word or compound adjective, it is also called, that is called evil-minded. Instead of saying the snake dragged its body that was weakened, we can say the snake dragged its weakened body to its hole. So we are converting that into the past participle form of the verb into an adjective. So, now here we are asked to rewrite the sentences as shown in the example. Write answers. You can see that in your notebook. Look at this, how these sentences are written. One example is there. I saw a bird that was wounded. This is the example sentence. A bird that was wounded can be written as a wounded bird. So, this underlined word is called an adjective because it qualifies a noun, that is bird. It is a V3 form or past participle form of the verb used as an adjective. So, a bird that was wounded can be written as a wounded bird. In the same way, the stag which was frightened ran away. How can you write that one? The stag means an adult male deer. This is called a stag. The stag which was frightened. See the second sentence. Can be written as the frightened stag. This becomes adjective, V3 form of the adjective. Ran away. The boy with blue eyes is the son of an English family. The boy with blue eyes is the son of an English family. The boy with blue eyes can be converted into the blue-eyed boy. The blue-eyed boy is the son of an English family. Like that we write the underlined parts, or we can convert the sentences which has got the words like who or which into a past participle that can be used as an adjective. The minister visited the crops which were damaged. What do you write there? The minister visited the damaged crops. Crops which were damaged can be written as damaged crops. Hearts which are broken cannot be repaired. Hearts which are broken can be written as broken hearts. Broken is the V3 form of break, which is used as an adjective here when you write that word at the beginning. Broken hearts cannot be repaired. He was wearing the shoes which were polished. So, if you remove that word which were polished, you can write he was wearing polished shoes. So, which were polished can be converted into polished, which becomes an adjective, which is actually the third form or V3 form or past participle form of the verb, used as an adjective here. This is how we convert the sentences using past participles as adjectives. Okay, children? Now we have in the next exercise word know, vocabulary. Word know. This is also called vocabulary. Read the sentences from the text given here. I am not afraid of the snake. Why didn't you frighten the boys away by hissing? See, the underlined words afraid and frighten. They give the same meaning, but their usage is different. They are called synonyms. They are called synonyms. The underlined words afraid and frightened are used to refer to various degrees of fear. These words are called synonyms. They cannot be used interchangeably. Means you cannot use the word afraid in the place of frightened, or you cannot use frightened in the place of afraid. What actually the general usage of these two words, afraid, is the natural fear. Generally, you are afraid of snakes. That is a natural fear. When actually you see a snake there at a distance, you will get frightened. What do you say then? I was frightened on seeing a snake, like that we have to say. Don't say I am afraid when I saw a snake. No. I am generally afraid of the snakes, but when I see a snake, I get frightened. That is how you make use of the two words in different ways. They show the degree of fear, the extent of fear. Is it a general fear or a natural fear, or you get frightened when you actually see one? Okay? That is how we have to differentiate between the two. For example, complete the following sentences with afraid or frightened. Use suitable forms of the words. The hunter was dashed and fainted on seeing the tiger. Was because he saw the tiger, then so he got frightened. So you have tried to frightened there in the first part. First blank. Frightened. The children are very frightened, afraid of their new teacher. Off is there, OF off. So, whenever there is off, we have to write afraid before it. The children are very afraid of their new teacher. She was frightened on hearing the loud explosion. Frightened. Because she heard the explosion, she was frightened. The children were afraid of the snake. Why are you looking so frightened? Like this, you have to fill in the blanks, and you have to know the difference between the usage. When it is a natural fear, remember children, you have to use the word afraid. I am afraid of the snakes. I am afraid of dogs. But actually when you see one, means if you see a snake or a dog, you say, I am frightened. I get frightened of dog. On seeing the dog, I got frightened, like that you have to say. Now look at the following explanations. Choose the word from the text which means opposite of it. What is the opposite of not good? You have to find the words from the text. Not good means what? Evil. Not good means evil. Not poisonous means poisonous. Not weak means strong. Not weak means strong. Not hate means love. Not violent means violent. Not after means before. Not thick means thin. Not living means living. This is how you write the opposite of the words which are given there. Some explanations are given, and we are asked to pick up the words from the lesson, from the story, not from outside. You can see all these words are there in your lesson. Now adjectives and nouns. How adjectives are turned into nouns, are converted into nouns. For example, Poisonous is an adjective which describes the snake, nature. The noun form of it is poison. Okay, children. Harmful, adjective, harm is noun form. Now write nouns for adjectives and adjectives for nouns. What is the noun form of strong? Strong is adjective. What is the noun form of it? Strength. Right. Good. What is the noun? Violent is adjective. What is the noun form of adjective? Violence. This is the noun form. Violence is the noun form of the adjective violent. Nature is a noun. What is the adjective form for it? Natural. Like that we should be able to write. Anger is a noun. What is the adjective form of it? Angry. This is how we write. When adjectives are given, they can be written in the noun forms. When noun forms are given, they can be written using another spelling. You can see the change in the spellings also, where from adjectives to nouns or nouns to adjectives. Okay, children? Just one more thing is there, spelling. These are suffixes. Just one more exercise. After that, we will conclude this spelling. What are called suffixes? For example, look at these words. Poison plus OUS. That becomes poisonous. The letters which are added at the end of another word to make a completely new word, they are called suffixes. For example, danger plus OUS becomes dangerous. In the same way, harm plus full, harmful. All these come under suffixes. Means these are the letters which are written or added to another word to make a completely new word there. Poisonous, dangerous, harmful. Like that. Courage. What is the suffix to be added there for that? OUS, courageous. Harmful. Collect, collector, OR. Strange, stranger, ER. Assist, assistant, ANT. Report, reporter, ER. Like that we have tried the words using the suffixes to make completely new words. Okay, children? With that we come to the end of the exercises of this lesson. All the answers, the key for these exercises will be sent to you through WhatsApp. Thank you.